Today we will be exploring another region of the North Caucasus. The locals here follow their own code of honor rather than the government laws. Russian is spoken here as a second language, but locals prefer not to use it. The main religion is Islam, and according to their traditions, the groom isn't allowed to attend his own wedding. Yes, you heard me right. And yes, we're still in Russia. Welcome to Chechnya, a republic that other countries advise against traveling. Let's get to know its locals better. Life in the North Caucasus is very different comparing to other regions of Russia. People here never call themselves Russians and love to emphasize proudly that they are people of the Caucasus. They say that there are Russian traditions and laws, and there are Caucasus or Chechen laws. Their life seemed a bit wild for me here, as I come from another region of Russia. I got my first cultural shock on the way to the capital of Chechnya, Grozny city.
So now I'm driving from Chechen Aul, which is a village in the mountains of Chechnya, to its capital Grozny. And the driver is the local guy from that village. He told me just now that he doesn't have a driver's license. And also he asked me, why did you buckle your seat? Why are you doing this? And I was like, maybe because there's police. And he said, no, it's the Caucasus, calm down, girl. So that's quite an experience. And yeah, actually, no one here buckles their seat. People break lots of rules. And in Chechnya and nearby Grozny, this situation is actually not that wild, but in some other parts of the Caucasus, the traffic is crazy. Chechnya's main ethnic group is the Chechens, with some Russians and English people also living here. The Chechens are very different from Russians in their character and the culture as well. They're very traditional, conservative, they have their own traditions here, and Chechnya is a very patriarchal Sunni Muslim region of Russia. In fact, everything is so different here from the rest of Russia that I feel like I'm having a trip abroad. Different clothes, different people, traditions, different food, different religion, and language even. When I walk in the streets, go to restaurants or hear some conversations anywhere, I don't understand anything because people here speak the Chechen language. Everyone here speaks Russian as well, because here they have two official languages. Russian is used here for business, some formal conversations, and in the written language. So the menus in the restaurant, for example, are in Russian. And if you approach people and you ask something in Russian, they will all understand and also speak Russian with you. But in their daily life, and everyone here use the Chechen language. I haven't heard anyone here speaking Russian to each other.
Not only the language here differs from the rest of Russia, the Chechens also have a completely different culture. In any aspect of their life, for example, they must abide the code of honor, Nokhchallah. According to Nokhchallah, they must be benevolent, hospitable, and respectful of others, especially the elders and women. Well, the rules that the Chechens follow were quite specific and unusual for me. But what amazed me even more is the Chechen wedding ceremony.
the Chechen wedding today. At this wedding there is no strict number of guests, and any guest can invite as many guests as he wants. So there is around 300 or 500 people usually. And now everyone is waiting for the bride to arrive. I don't know the groom and the bride, by the way, but even I got invited.
Here is how the wedding goes. The bride puts a ring on the finger of her future mother-in-law. And gives her a basket of fruits. Then the bride was given a newborn baby boy. The tradition is to kiss him on the forehead in order to give birth to a boy in the future. A bride isn't allowed to sit during the wedding with the guests or eat anything, so she stood at the pedestal the whole time while guests approached her to take pictures. Moreover, she has to act very humble and look down at the floor during the whole wedding.
By the way, at the wedding there are only friends and relatives of the groom. There is no one here from the side of a bride. In 1 week only, the bride and the groom, wife and husband already, will go to meet the parents of a bride. The groom will meet them, present with some gifts like fruits, candies, probably money, meet them officially and celebrate together. But now there are no parents of a bride or anyone from the side of a bride at the wedding itself.
And then all the fun began. Everyone started to dance Lizginka. Lizginka is a traditional Caucasus dance performed to a fast tempo music.
Dancing, singing, talking, laughing. Seems like a lot of fun, right? Great wedding. There is one curious thing that you should know about the wedding though. There is no groom at the wedding. Yes? He isn't allowed to attend it. The groom is actually in another building with his friends, and he isn't allowed to see the bride today. So the room of the groom is here. This is actually a groom in white t-shirt. This is his witness, and they're actually watching what's happening in that main room through this screen. So he can only see his bride through this screen today. So here the groom and his friends are having fun, and they said that they are conforming him.
At first sight, it might be difficult to accept the traditions and laws of the Chechens. Moreover, The attitude towards the Chechens after the Chechen wars has sharply deteriorated, and in many regions of Russia they are considered as aggressive people. But if their way of life is difficult to understand, it doesn't mean that it's evil, it's just different. Their code of honor says that a Chechen must be gentle and affable, not to show his superiority, in order not to hurt the pride of another, even if he is higher in the hierarchy. So most of them are raised as polite and gracious people. Years of brutal war hasn't damaged their character. If you get to know them better, you will see that behind their serious faces, they are genuinely kind and hospitable.